Alright guys, welcome back to episode 5 of our Borgio the Besieger campaign. We had an epic battle with Rapunz at the end of the last episode, made a ton of money from sacking Pyrrhus, and now we get to do some cool stuff. So as you guys know, Piccolo will be here probably when we finish Tabaro, and then Tabaro is going to be able to get the Deep Watch. Deep Watch is one of the prerequisites for Piccolo, so that's going to be the game plan. So we have a couple things I want to do. We're going to enact a strategy, which is going to be, where the hell is it? The one with the Southern Realms, because our Strigoi homie doesn't like us fighting Rapunz. So we're going to go ahead and do the commercial Entente, which is going to give us relations with all Southern Realms and Marienburg and give us growth. So we're going to enact that, which is going to be great. So that is the first thing we're going to be doing in this area. Leadership, obviously, we don't need more wizards right now. And we could also get Duke Alberic's lookalike. It will make Bordello Arendt's not like us, but I don't even know if he's still around. Yeah, I mean, he's so far away. He's not, yeah, I don't know if we need to worry about that, nor do I know if it's worth the money. So we're going to upgrade Lucchini, because Lucchini has the Acropolis. So the Acropolis, when we get that, that should be unlocking a unique lord, legendary lord, Lorenzo Lupo. So all we need to do is get the Acropolis. It's going to take some time, but you know, it's a long-term investment there. So we're going to do that and that. Skavenblight has some upgrades we can do. We probably want to get this region going. Magritta, I think we upgrade this, and we'll keep this order building for now, because if we get rid of that, we're going to be in a deficit. But Magritta, I do want to get iron, so I can do some of those other tactics as well. All right, any items I want to craft that are like cheap? Who needs something? So you could use a talisman. So let's see what kind of talismans. This is just all armor and weapons, and curios are going to be those goodies here. So let's see if there's any like cheapo ones I could get. Fire Ring of Thori's not bad. Ward save, spell resist. This one is going to give us Embers of the Phoenix and Book of the Phoenix. Oh, that's interesting. Kind of cool. Flaming Sword of Ruin. Yeah, nothing I think I need to spend my money on right now, guys. I think we are kind of chilling. I'm going to try and get away with not having a second army for as long as possible, and we're going to spend our last of our money to get the Peg Street pawn shop. Yeah, there we go. All right, diplomacy. No. Clan Angren is pretty damn close to taking a trade agreement. I could probably pay them into one soon. And these guys are going to love me once I get this, and I should be able to confederate Lucrezia, who could be our second lord. She is going to have a huge army, and from there we can maybe take her to the donut, although she's only level 1, which sucks, but you know, they can't all be winners. All right, guys, very, very fun way to spend our money. And now, do we need to worry about getting zerged? If we do, I think it's a pretty easy fight for us. We didn't take that much damage. Yeah, I mean, can they both reach us? I think they might struggle to do so. All right, so we have another event. Diplomatic relations with all factions, treasury, empowered merchants, or mercantile eloquence. We're going to go ahead and expand our network and continue to try and become really, really close friends with the other Southern Realms. Now, Pyrrhus has seen better days. We'll go ahead and repair some of it, or actually demolish that building, and we can get something else there. The vineyards here, nice for economy. Skavenblight's coming together. Let's go ahead and get this. Looks like everything is building, and yeah, we just have our economy buildings coming. Piccolo waiting with his little pig face somewhere. But yeah, I don't think even the full Bretonnian sacks could take us. So we could move here, prepare an ambush. What are the ambush success chance? 56%, 56%. Yeah, catching one of these armies in ambush would be nice. And even if we get 2v1 by them, I think we're okay. I mean, it's mainly just junk units, right? And we just smashed Rapunz's like freaking Grail Knight army, so I'm feeling pretty confident right now. So we're going to go ahead and go into ambush, which we're probably going to get discovered. But if we get one of them for free, then it's a consolation prize. And if not, you guys get another big epic battle in the desert. So how do they feel about us? Yeah, they don't like us fighting Rapunz, but I mean, look, I didn't want this. All right, Rapunz this is her causing all this drama. And the dwarves, we can get a trade agreement with them now. Get a little bit of money out of them also. Outstanding. So the Dowie, I've been wanting to be friends with the Dowie. This guy's actually coming along nicely, although he only has 5 territories. But if we confederate him, that's a lot of, yeah, we get a whole region. And then we also get Grinty Mingle, which we could use to launch a crusade against Garbrand, basically. Yeah, that'd be fun. And Lucrezia, yeah, it's increasing. It's increasing pretty hard. Defensive alliance, we want that military alliance. We don't want to be getting dragged into Haggard wars. And if she gets steamrolled, then, you know, we can go and take those lands ourselves. All right, guys, I think that's it for the turn. We'll see you in the next one. All right, we did get an ambush on one of the armies. Pretty easy little auto. This one probably isn't worth fighting. You guys have seen pretty much these beatings over and over, although we took a little bit more damage than we otherwise would have, but we can take the casualty replan. That will deal with that. And then another 2 armies came out. This one we will fight. This is a bit of a harder fight. There's more stuff. And this is kind of the last gasp of the Bretonnians anyways. So we'll see you guys in the battlefield. Let us end this war once and for all. The Besieger, he didn't want this. All right, he was the beloved general. He did not want this war. The dreaded Bretonnians invaded the southern realms. You know, I don't know. We could have been friends, but in another life, my friend. All right, guys, the battle is on. We've deployed our armies, and we're not gonna cheese this hard this time around. Granted, it would be more effective, but I think fighting a more dynamic battle will also be interesting because we could just corner camp, right, like nonstop. There will come times when we'll do that, but I don't think we need to right now. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna advance up a little bit. Get those cannons, lighten them up. So the Bretonnians a little bit out of range, but we can get those Knights of the Realm, and the Galloper guns can also move up as well. Okay, so we're going to take the SCs. The wagons got a pretty formidable heal, so now they can move into the infantry lines. We'll put them in group 5. I like how we get this detachment that just like pops out. Kind of a neat mechanic. All right, so the light cannons will feast. We're going to take Borgio and company to go try and solo. Yes, and here comes the cannon volleys, and the Galloper guns are about to be in range. I could have galloped them up, but I didn't know if it was worth setting up, honestly. That's a fair amount of trebuchets, actually. So we can... Do we want to cannon them? I think we just kind of shoot down the knights, to be honest with you. And yes, it looks like that's going to be the play. And let's go ahead and pause this. We can go Galloper gun. I want to get better position here. We're going to move up. Yeah, the Priestess of Memoridia is healing now, which is huge. She's got regeneration. So she is going to be a much more effective character in these combats. And we can just take all you homies over there and go fight. Or Harry Potter can maybe pull back a little bit. I think that's going to be okay. All right, Galloper guns, let's gallop them over there. We are going to break that unit real quick, so those guys are going to get it. Let's do a little bit of a buff and see if they want to blob up on us. We have Dwellers below for when things get real serious. And now we can switch the cannons. Do we want to move up a little bit more? I think we do. Yeah, I'm so like paranoid having played against Skaven in this campaign that like there's going to be like shit popping up on me, you know? But yeah, no, here we don't need to worry about that as much. All right, let's get you here and you here. This position should get folded pretty quickly. We do see their army coming in, and the reinforcements will be arriving shortly, but we're taking it to them. Final transmutations. How long till they come in? Damn, I was about to say if I could have had that in position, that would have been very nice, but alas, I did not. So the detachment is here. We're going to form up, get you guys there, and the Paymasters wagons we can use on the flanks right there. All right, so battle pilgrims aren't really worth our time, so we're going to get out of there. We're going to pull on back, and crossbows are going to go here. Spears are here. Crossbows are there as well. And those are just battle pilgrims. Okay. So now they're going to be advancing into crossbow range. The Galloper guns, I kind of lost track of them. I guess we just set them up back here for now. Great. So the crossbows are feasting like the heathen kings of old. Let's get a little bit of firepower going down this way. And now we have a character coming in. So we want to bully this character. For sure, if we can. All right. Harry Potter's, I think just dropping Earthbloods on the boys over there is going to be good in the meantime until we figure out what we want to do. Let's deploy the Galloper guns and have them unleash. You guys fight those battle pilgrims. A couple of crossbow shots can shoot right there. And the Yeomen are getting screened out. So we probably want to get our Paymaster wagons over here. You guys form up, form up, form up. And that character is going to get whomped on by the boys. All right, let's do that. And final transmutation here, I think it's going to be worth it. Yeah, we get a little bit of that action going. All right, so Paymaster wagon number 1 and Paymaster wagon number 2. Those damn Yeomen, they are a slippery bunch. All right, so we need to get our cannons onto other targets. So we're going to switch onto you, try and snipe the Lord a little bit. Should be able to take it down. The big beastie, looking all right. Those trebuchets, though, are thankfully just shooting at my single entity, so doesn't matter too much. All right, can you guys get that character, please? Let's go hunt you down. Elsewhere on the backside, I thought we had these guys offline, so that's annoying, but we'll just get our crossbows to shoot them. And they're eating everything. The dreaded flank is on. So Borgio the Besieger, does he want any magic on his blob yet? I don't think so. Crossbows have broken those guys. Let's form ranks with these. And we could do Dwellers below. This guy is still going strong. Let's get the cannon going here. You here. And great. All right, so have we been able to peel them off the back? The Yeomen still causing some havoc there. So let's get the cannons back online if we can. There we go. All right, Paymaster's wagon. Spearmen form up. Crossbows and crossbows. All right, so the enemy lord is certainly in a dangerous position. Here, our Lifecaster is going to awaken some wood on you guys to keep them trapped in there. The Galloper guns can shoot at the pilgrims, make sure they don't come back in. And that is a lot of battle pilgrims, that is for sure. Trebuchet is doing a reasonable amount of damage, but they've mostly been shooting at ineffective targets, so that's good for us. All right, crossbows, we just let them shoot. Sometimes if you give a crossbow a target and you forget about it, it gets kind of annoying and they chase shit off. That's good. We're going to kind of set up for dwellers below. So these are peasant mobs, but we want to be shooting at the battle pilgrims, while the galloper guns will hopefully get some connections as well. Yeah, we're just kind of cannonballing the enemy lord. Let's move you guys out of position here. There we go. There we go. And the SE squad in the front doing very, very well. So when they blob up a little bit more, we can get an overcasted dwellers right there. That should end some careers pretty freaking hard. And go fight these battle pilgrims, even though they are getting galloped right now by our galloper guns. The light cannons, I think folks firing the enemy lord is going to be good. Dwellers below just steamrolled a bunch of peasants, to be expected. Paymaster's wagon is here. And a couple light cav are on the way in too. All right, great. So the light cannons, there's another lord we could shoot at. That is the high level one over there, the level 12 lord. Let's get the battle pilgrims, charge in the paymaster wagon, charge in the militia spearmen. Once we stabilize in this war, we're going to upgrade our army too. It's been a long time. It definitely needs some milk. It needs some upgrades. All right, Harry Potter can go help versus the battle pilgrims. That is a Grail Relic versus the paymaster's wagon, dude. The sweatiest of fights. You got to love it. All right, light cannons hitting home. Doing some nice damage right there. I'm going to pull you in. And how are we looking on the field? Just a couple Grail Relics left. We'll boink those things down. And we can do the little armor here, although I think a regrowth on our big Lion-O would be very warranted, because he's been putting in work, and he's very heavily damaged right now. So, all right, so the Jade Wizard, able to help the Pilgrims right there, and the enemy Lord eating the powder of Tilea. We're going to focus fire the enemy Lord now, too, here. Break these guys off the map. Kill as much as we can, because we're going to have to chase these armies down, and we're going to set up a camp in this region, too. Which is perfect right now we actually get to use the camp mechanic, and that's going to be awesome because we can recruit some light horsemen, even consider getting a second army, and also get some development going for our camp, which should be pretty money. All right, so let's take our SEs. Yeah, finish off the Grail Relic here. You finish off this one. Army losses should be kicking in soon. We can do a dwellers below right there. I think that will get them. That's the direction they're running, so we'll see if it actually does get them there. And it looks like it is going to. So the crossbows, we can get all you guys. Move up, and that was a really good dwellers right there, man. Oh, yeah, baby. That's what it's all about right there. All right, guys, we're going to clean up this army, and that is going to be the end of Repentance de Mayonnaise. All right, victory is ours. We will take the replenishment to keep our momentum. That's big, though. We got both the lords, and we got the Scourge of Mankind. All right, that's not quite what we were looking for. You know, Borgio, the Scourge of Mankind. It's not our fault. All right, Lucchini, School of Thought. One of the local pasta recipes, oh my god, the stereotypes, is a traditional staple. However, it is just as traditional for people, from the family mother to the renowned cook, to squabble over one particular ingredient being used, replaced or not. The issue has come up again, and there have been fights from street to mansion level. What would you tell people to settle this down? Obviously cheese. No cheese, but you gotta have garlic. Cheese. Come on, dog. You know, I can't have cheese in real life, and I miss it horribly, so I'm going to live here. Unhappy. Oh, they squabbled. Oh, my God. I get an unhappy population over my cheese verdict. Only in an Italian campaign. All right. Let's get the battle trajectories, get our crossbows nice and sauced up. The Harry Potter has leveled up, too. And, we can actually, let's get battle hardened and Nature's Blessing. Yeah, nice. Awesome. And Lord's Counselor. Yeah, we'll do all that stuff. That's fine. And the Meridian character, she is going to be working on Blessing of the Goddess, is going to be charge bonus. We will do Impassioned. All right, so now we go besiege this city. We lay it to waste, although there's so many junk stacks here, man. Oh my god. We want to set the camp up just outside the city. Pyrus is here, and we can go ahead and just set up a little gatehouse. The inevitability of it getting attacked. Set you up, and we have an unhappy population from our cheese verdict. But thankfully it's not putting us in the negative anywhere. Growth building, and we can get the Shalayan Temple going up as well. Recruit rank for all units is cute. And Tabaro will be ready in 2 turns, and then we can get the Piccolo building. Yeah, at -5 in the main province. Right. All right, lads. It is what it is. You know, the people, I don't know, I guess they weren't feeling the cheese. So any other strategies I want to think about enacting in the near future? We have that one enacted. Stiletto Politics. Melee defense for embedded heroes, kind of cool. Al-Haik does have a decent garrison. I think we need to... They are in march stance, so this army's in march stance. We could come over here and squash this force at Kofur. I don't know what the auto would look like for us. And then we save this one as the capstone. Although Rapunzel is going to be back soon, and she's going to massively buff these armies. So I think we just live true to our name and besiege this. Yeah, so I don't know if I want to lose anything here, so we're going to go ahead and siege this. We are actually going to siege it. Yeah, continue the siege, and then we'll do everything else we need to do for the turn, and we're going to fight it, because, yeah, we don't want to let them have those freebies. That is for sure. Dwarves in the mountains, they're friendly. They like us beating up Clenskire and the Pirates of Sartosa, and then also we should be getting... Yeah, is there anybody who would want a military alliance? Bibali is the closest. They're at 8.2 right now, and it is rising, so they're good. They're at 12, so we have the potential for Carcassonne, and, you know, again, one of the big things about Southern Realms is politics. So saving the homies from dying earlier on, you know, stopping the Skaven was huge, because now we get to vassalize more people, and then also buffing the Strigoi Prince, the Black Prince here, was huge too, because that buys us another ally. All right, guys, we're gonna see you in the battle. We're gonna fight this. Yeah, I think it's fun. We're the besieger, right? So let's besiege. All right, so we need to find a spot that's gonna be good for siege. Honestly, this area is looking pretty nice right here. Yeah, so we just do they have towers? They do have some towers here. Yeah, the fort tower. This area looks very vulnerable right here, like this spot. So we're gonna take our cannons and we're just gonna unleash hell on these walls. Here we go. The Galloper guns. Oh, that's so fun. I could move the Galloper guns around. But yeah, we're gonna siege this. Let's get our lines here, our disciplined lines of crossbows. So the Braganza's besiegers. Hell yeah, dude. Can't wait to get a second one. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but we're still kind of early-ish in the campaign, so there will be, I would wager, another 5 episodes, maybe 6 before we can finish it. So we are early on. We're gonna get the boys. The Paymaster's wagons are gonna benefit from the healing out of the gates. Cool. Let's get a couple spearmen here. We don't really need the formation since it's not a field battle, but it just looks awesome, so we're gonna do it. All right, and the cannons can be in 3 and 4, and let's start deployment and start the battle. So we can begin by shelling the city. So we're gonna knock down the walls here, which is gonna do some considerable damage. And let's do a little bit of healing here on the boys. Looking good. Awesome sauce. Everybody's gonna be getting healed, and the cannons are singing, and we can also shoot the walls with the peasant bowmen. I need to find a way to restock ammo for these long sieges too. Paymaster's wagons are there. Borgio doesn't really need the healing, but we do want to get a little bit more. Our Winds of Magic is high. Let's heal this thing up. Get those Paymaster's wagons going. The walls are going to be broken there. There they are. All right, so they should be down. And now we can advance everybody out. The Galloper guns having some line of sight issues. Obviously, shooting up at the walls is always haggard in this game, but now we can advance up. I don't think they even have any towers here. This is a big vulnerability in the city. And look at that. Oh, yeah, they all fell. Oh, the siege. They're like, oh, God, Borgio is here. The besieger. We gotta live up to our rep, guys. All right, let's get our Galloper gun to just shoot at whatever the hell we can. You're gonna Harry Potter. And, yeah, we need to get you in the formation now. Move up the wagons and we can get our detachment homies to move up, too. All right, so we don't need the gatehouse. We can just knock down the walls because we have proper siege equipment. Yeah, we're gonna get these guys, and I mean, I could get up there, but I think just advancing up with the crossbows is gonna be enough, so we will do it like so. Waste a little bit of their ammo, and the cannons have almost gotten that other wall section down. Yeah, they've almost gotten it. No, don't shoot the gatehouse. We want to shoot this, and we want you to shoot this too. All right. So when you guys are ready, we'll have you hold ground. We're then gonna put you guys in group 5 and have you guys advance up on your own. So the crossbows are gonna advance and besiege. Very fun. It's actually, like, thematically, it feels very fun to play sieges with Borgio. It's kind of like, you know, lore friendly, right? All right, so the gatehouse is down for the count. We can go through there, but we don't need to sacrifice the lives of our men. We can use proper siege tactics. And why storm the walls when we have fire superiority, right? Let's just get our crossbows and unleash it. And we just invested in them too, so yeah, perfect timing. So we're gonna get you, the Griffin Beast, and we need to go shut down the tower. We got shot by a tower from somewhere, I think. I'm not sure. Regardless, crossbows at the ready, General, and they are going to start unleashing on the peasants in the city here. Perfect. Yep, so the besieging is on, and Borgio and company are going to go blob some Bretonnian infantry up, and we can get them. All right, so the besieger and his troops are going to move in. The hailfire of crossbows, pretty epic, so let's get you there, get you here, Braganza's besiegers, and you guys can move up here and here, where you were, and where you were, and where you were. Okay, so Borgio is in, and our mage is like battle hardened now. He's got the good shit, and we're gonna go ahead and do a big old business play right there, and just let the cannons shoot into the city for now. All right, the Paymaster's wagons can come up. provide a little bit of fire support. And we do have a final transmutation into the books too, so we're going to do that. All right, so there we are. They're getting hammered pretty hard. And now let's drop a final transmutation here, and Borgio's going to do his cute little buff too. All right, and we can awaken some wood on them as well. Nice. And you can see the cannons are still shooting in and helping too. The cannons actually we can move up to shoot towers. I think that's the trebuchets that are shooting at us though. Yeah, it's the trebs. All right, so that whole portion of the Bretonnian army got folded like a piece of paper. You know, we're not going to lose anything. It had us losing troops, but I do not want to lose anything here. All right. So there we go. And the crossbows are here. You homies are moving up. This is revenge. Borgio wanted revenge for his fallen homie, Marco Colombo. Colombo was the name of our fallen general, yeah. So wanted a little bit of revenge here. All right, so the galloper guns. We can gallop the guns in the cities. This is going to be super fun. So we're going to gallop the cannons into the cities. Yeah, that's so fun. The crossbow corps, we can advance you guys up so you guys can start getting in the city as well. So let's get the front three right here, and then the other ones on the walls, and you guys can get on the walls here too. That's going to be super cool. So we're going to advance up. Hopefully cause a little bit of mischief there. All right, you guys attack. The wagons are buffing our characters. And Harry Potter has another Dwellers Below. We're going to do that right there. Nail those guys down. Yep, pretty freaking good damage. And the Lord of the Army should be down to Borgio right now. He does have his boinking stick. And yeah, I forgot to equip my Shalian Priestess with the rune sword. I think we didn't lose it. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. But that was something I overlooked in the last episode. All right, so all the crossbows are moving into the city. The cannons are going to shoot the tower, which is now done. So that's a good usage of those cannons. And the galloper guns are sprinting into the city, which is hilarious. All right, so the Bretonnian Lord is fallen. Let's get you guys grouped up, and we can take down these battle pilgrims. Our crossbows are saturating into the city to continue the siege. Meanwhile, the cannons, do we have a tower up here? We do. So let's go ahead and pause this. We're going to get one cannon shooting here and one cannon shooting here and try and take those down. And the galloper guns, look at them being pulled in. How cool is that shit? I mean, that unit single-handedly made me want to play the mod. It was like... of the faction, I was like, dude, that is just the coolest thing on the planet. That like idea of that is so fun. All right, so you're gonna move in. We're gonna take the Paymasters wagons. So you guys move there. Our Harry Potter a little bit damaged. He's not as tanky as I think he is. And we're gonna set up the galloper guns in the streets. Look, so now they set up, and I don't know which way they're gonna be facing. So now they can shoot down the alley at whatever. We're just gonna let them free fire. All right, Paymasters wagon. Homie getting a heal. We'll do a little bit of a heal on you there. Pop the Scepter of Meridia. Well, what I also notice about this campaign, a lot of the modded campaigns have a lot of like overpowered stuff, but Southern Realms, there's a couple things that are really strong, but it's not like their campaign mechanics don't feel that crazy. Like, look at this priestess, right? It's like, oh no, you're gonna get 5 armor-piercing damage and some magic. It's like, I've seen some modded campaigns where stuff's pretty popped off, but clearly this one is, pretty decent in that way. Pretty darn decent. All right, Borgio and company gonna keep sieging. The spearmen are not needed at all. And, yeah, we can move the crossbows up a little bit. So we're going to move a portion of them up. And, yeah, let's take down these knights. We should be triggering army losses soon here on these guys. And we can do a Dwellers Below when the other units get in there. So we'll attack for a moment. And then we can do a Dwellers Below to get them both. So that's going to saturate in and take them both down. And probably will trigger army losses soon, I would wager. That's another expensive unit in the trash. And the wagons are chasing. And a lot of our crossbows here, by the way, have achieved gold rank. Which means they get the, look at that, they have the strong vigor now. So they have that cool veterancy bonus, which is part of the faction mechanics. All right, these guys have taken down the towers. Let's get these crossbows moving forward. And then we can move up into the streets here. And the galloper guns, we can gallop them over yonder. These are just going to be some pole arms. So let's get the galloper guns to sprint over this way. And we need to awaken some wood on these pole arms and try and break them down if we can. All right. Looking fine. The cannons outside the city, not a whole lot to shoot. I could move them in, but I think I'm happy to just leave them out there, to be honest with you. We'll get the crossbows here, have them shoot at these foot squires coming in, and the galloper guns can actually set up and start shooting at these knights in the blob. If we have any other spells, Earthblood is always welcome. All right, so they're slowly getting dragged down. I'm surprised we haven't gotten army losses yet. Oh, the battle pilgrims or the foot squires have come out. Thought they might get up on the walls there, but alas, they did not. All right, let's get all the crossbows to shoot at them. You guys are going to scurry back right there. And, yes, those guys are broken. I don't know what they quite have left. The foot squires got a break here as well. But yeah, I think this was the correct play. Like, besieging the city, doing it quick before they can regroup. These Paymasters wagons just always... We should probably just group them with our SE squad so they just stay together. Yeah, we're going to go fight the yeomen. Let's Get you guys like so. And the crossbows have annihilated the foot squires pretty freaking hard. That is a line of disciplined crossbows, that's for sure. All right. Let's get in there, squash these guys a little bit, and make sure we don't lose anything. I don't think we were going to. Regrowth on the wizard would be prudent. Yes. Any AoE abilities? We do have the roar. Yeah, we have the roar, and then I can also give you a little bit of a buff too. All right, so keep that fight going, and victory is ours. All right, that is a big one for us. We got a new nice city, guys, and we're going to be cooking with it. Okay, we only lost 9 units, so that could be worse. Obviously, I think we could have lost nothing if we just kept our army back. But the crossbows moving up, it's, you know, it's very thematic and cool to see them. All right, so 7,000 here. I actually want to keep this city because it's pretty nice. Yeah, what do we have here? We have a smithies, so local recruitment capacity, and then, do we want to get walls? Just so we don't have to worry about stuff. Reponse is pretty much out of the game here. So tactical fluidity is, oh, that actually gives speed to my entire army. That's actually really cool. Sticks and stones, that's great weapons, good armor. Man, the tech tree there is a little bit wild. Machiavellian Prince does give us diplomatic relations with all factions. Death by Mercenaries is not bad. It does let you recruit armies quicker. Income from ports, extra security. We've kind of looked through all of that tree. Now we can look at this one. So we have tradable resources faction-wide 9%. Investor, Wallbreaker. Hedge Wizards unlocks recruitment of battle wizards in local province. And Connoisseur, magic item drop chance. I don't hate that. Let's do the Connoisseur. Yeah, try and get some more magic items. All right. So Big Dog. We can get Awakening of the Wood actually leveled up. It's a pretty useful spell. And for you, do we actually full on? Yeah, I think we just full on lost the Rune Fang. Yeah, that's too bad. It's a cool item, but yeah, you can't win them all. All right, so looking fine. We have some new ancillaries we could equip to. Entertainer. Sure, you can have the entertainers and a friggin' camp follower too. And it looks like the Schlein Priestess did level up as well.
What would you have of me?
All right, homegirl, let's give her the training. The Meridian Priestess. And we just need to squash this last Bretonnian army, and that's going to be interesting from here. Although, oh wow, they actually have a lot. So we get this whole mountain region too. All right, that gives us something to do. And now, yeah, we finished the war before we do our global recruitments. Let's go ahead and get the public order. Tabaro is going to be done in 2 turns. We have an Estalian tomb here. Ah, cool. How you liking us? We're getting close, guys. We're getting close. And let's finish this battle, and then we can... Wow, Khorne is going apeshit, actually. Yeah, they got 10 territories. All right, Khorne is going to be our next victim for sure. Khorne needs to go. And even these factions that kind of don't like us probably will like us. Yeah, you can see the ruler's tolerance is because of our effects, so they're gonna like us eventually. So let's get to the next turn, and then we can start to deal with the real threat, which is Khorne. All right, Rapunzel wants peace. No, thank you. You had your chance. There was a long time where I would have accepted peace and just gone to fight Khorne, but, you know, the troll toll, it must be paid. All right, so that looks fine. And back up at the capital city, Tabaro, we need to make sure we have a little bit of money to get that one for its fancy building for Piccolo. I would like to get him in this episode. I don't want to make any more false promises to you guys about Piccolo, but public order there is fine. Here, it could use a little bit of milk. Varezzo is 2,000, so we will have enough to do the Piccolo building next turn. And we could just ambush dance this army here. Let's go right there. Ambush dance. Yes. And see if we can catch him slipping. I obviously could make a bait lord if we want to, but I think that is fine for now. And we got walls coming in El Haik, which will make it a little bit more resilient. Oh, I can't wait to upgrade the army, though. And get some, like, fancy units. We can get a mercenary captain. We should probably recruit one. Yeah, why not? Campaign movement range, vanguard deployment, monster hunter. What kind of like characters are these? They are shooting characters. Okay, and they have combined arms. So strong and monster hunter gives him bonus versus large. That sounds a little bit better. Strategist is very good too, though. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the monster hunter. Dude, he looks sick. Oh yeah, dude, look at this mercenary captain. How cool is this guy? So glittering and luckstone is fine. He does not have a weapon, but we can craft him one at some point once he eventually gets into an army. And any ancillaries he wants, control in the province. He can take a hunter and an entertainer. Okay, that's fine. So we'll get him Alonzo Alcatani. Awesome. He's going to come join Borgio's army, and then we'll get another cool, unique character in the mix. So next turn, Bretonnians, that's the plan. Okay, so the ogres have come. They want a trade agreement. Who are they currently at war with? Bloodmaw. All right, yeah, we'll take that trade agreement. That sounds fine, and they're going to pay us as well. Let's frickin' do it. A deal's a deal. All right, so the Bretonnians, it's actually Rapunzel's army. If we can catch her at sea, I think she's full speed ahead. I didn't see. We'll evaluate in a second. All right, so she's there. No. So we're just going to get this. She might go for El Hayek, who's got a decent, not decent, okay, that army's terrible. The garrison here is still not ready to hold yet, but our buildings do get damaged. Okay, that's annoying. And now we can go to Tabaro. Where is that? Here we are, and we can get the Deep Watch. All right, guys, Piccolo in 4 turns, unless it's just bugged and we just don't get it. But should be coming in 4 turns here. I kind of wish I had just stayed in regular stance, so Rapunzel would have stayed in that city. That might have been better. Might go for Pyrus. Might go for this city here. I could go for Martek. It is, okay, she has like the full mountain province too. I'm kind of tempted to recruit a second army down here, but man, this money has been really, really nice. All right, let's auto-resolve that. We're going to go ahead and capture the city. We could sack it, and then we're going to go back and finish capturing it. All right, so we got the money. Can repair it, obviously. Nothing we really want to do down here. The big dog is level 20. We could just start on the Shielded Menace. We have Festive, which is growth for the local province. Plus 30 growth is nice, but he's not going to be sitting around too much. The Machiavellian Prince, we could do casualties captured post-battle and just try and get this done. So we need 8 skill points in this tree, and we currently have 6. All right, so let's do the casualties captured post-battle. All right. We'll see. I mean, I could make peace with Rapunzel now. She would take it. You know, we could turn this French... Oh, man, she's got a lot, actually. Oh, man, she's got a lot of territory. Yeah, I don't know about that. So we're going to recruit a character. I think we just do a recruitment. We're going to move you down this way. Sartosa is probably... I mean, she could threaten it. No, that army sucks. I think we would be fine. We're going to have to do some global recruitment. Because down here it's a ways. Merchant princes are like more of a support character. And the mercenary generals... Ambush success chance, poison, and then tactician as well. Okay, and then we have discipline, which is going to be melee attack and leadership, and noble, which is nice. Let's go ahead and just do the cunning guy isn't bad as like a duelist later on. Getting poison and ambush success chance is always good. So he's going to be recruiting lower tier stuff, and we could cancel the walls. The smithy is being repaired. That gives us local recruitment capacity. And do we want to go guard post in Pyrus? It will keep Rapunzel from having an easy time with it. We'll have to see. All right, so back up in the city and go for a little bit of this. Any strategies I want to enact? I don't think so. Although we can hold this off for now. Magritte is coming along, and we're going to get the Deep Watch, which gives us gemstones and a couple other goodies. Bonus when infantry for fighting Skaven in the region. That's pretty hilarious. And yeah, I think we're going to need a second army. We can't just dirtle around on just one army, as fun as it is. We're going to do Ugo. He probably looks cool as hell. Oh, dude, yeah. Leave it to the Italians to look awesome, right? Their cool armor and stuff. Okay. So we are going to go ahead and... Oh, nice. We can get one of these griffins out of the gates and get a couple half pikes. And then for global recruitment, do we want to grab a cannon? It's not terrible. And then we have a little bit left, so we can get some Pavis crossbowmen, which we can give to Homeboy, and we can get another half pike there. Okay. It's an expensive recruitment cycle, but I'm hoping if Rapunzel attacks the city, you know, I think we got to play it a little bit smarter. We got to recruit some Arawars. So these are the Volans Venators. They are rowdy cav units. The Braganza's Besiegers. The Rico's Republican Guard, very expensive unit, but we're going to get them in the Curse Company. That should be enough, I think, to be a menace to the city. And the Al-Qatani Pikeman Fellowship. Okay.
To the provinces.
Could they hold at El Hayek? She would... Yeah, I mean, I think we could. Even if she gets it, we can come over and squash them real quick, right? Yeah, because we need a second army. We're kind of stretched a little bit thin here. We could even afford a third one, but I've been loving having this surplus of money just to get the sauce going up top. She's very close to a military alliance. If we just like trade her a territory or something, it'd be enough, but she'll get there, and we will get there. All right, Mel Gibson is here wanting a trade agreement. We will take that. And remember, every faction on the entire world map is going to be getting bonus relations with us. Rapunzel pops out. So what we do is we hard march with Borgio, and then we engage from the city. And that's going to be the end of Rapunzel. And then we can partition our armies. Yeah, we do finish the walls there. The garrison is pretty thick. Could we actually defeat her?
Yes, my lord.
We could actually just defeat her like this, which is fine. That army is not worth fighting, so we're going to do that. Awesome. So now we could just do some standard recruitment. And we're going to need to get another wizard for this army too. Let's go and take the money. And we can recruit a Harry Potter up top, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. And another mercenary captain. Cool. So let's get another mercenary captain. We'll get the Monster Hunter ones. I like that, although Strategist is nice. Monster Hunter gives you bonus versus large. Let's get these Strategists. Oh, I should have read if the bonus versus large applies to their shooting attacks. All right, so the Deep Watch is 3 turns away.
How should we proceed?
And can we recruit a Harry Potter here? Doesn't look like it. Let's see what we got on the map. Yeah, so he's coming. Oh, we never set up our camp, by the way. Jeez Louise. I totally blanked on that. I just got like so bloodthirsty. We'll set it up down here. You are going to go back into the city, Root Marcher, and we can just go ahead and get the... Do we want to just get the red tree with you? I think that's fine. So setting up a camp in this region would be good for the mountainous campaign. Borgio the Besieger. We want to probably... I mean, these militia have been with us a long time. It feels bad. And these guys are all rank 7, by the way. So I have an idea. So I am going to hand over these rank 7 boys. Yes, you are going to come besiege Martek. And Borgio should be able to reach and hand over some units. Yes, let's go besiege this. We're going to encircle that. And Borgio can hand over those units, and then he can go re-replace some good quality units. So we're going to get crossbows, hand over those sweet veterans. Yeah, because those guys have been putting in work this campaign, man. You know? They've been solid, and I don't want to waste their veterancy that we've earned. All right, so then we are going to go ahead and squash the region. We can do that together. Auto-resolve, and we're going to occupy that. A lot of tradable resources in these mountains, and it looks like there is going to be a steelworks. Awesome. So Borgio can now recruit the Braganza's besiegers that we wanted, and we can do the Volan's Venators. We can add them in once we get a little bit closer, and we do get the Executioner's Axe. Oh, that gives us actual execution ability. We will give that to you, obviously. Yeah, because he's going to be a little combat character.
I will marshal the band.
So let's do the battle trajectories for the archers.
Now,
So many cool RORs. And by the way, we can also recruit mercenary companies. Oh, Piccolo! Oh, all right, it's time. We'll spawn by the faction leader. Oh, he's here. The pig has risen. Oh, yes. Level 10 hog, bro. Increased mobility. Dude, okay, let's look at this tech tree. So Piccolo, we want him to regenerate. So we're going to dedicate him to Shalaya. And then Oink Oink, Tactician. Okay, unit experience gains. Oh my god. There's so much with Piccolo here, guys. Oink 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 Snorf. Growth in the local province. And passive ability Wild Heart for all spellcasters in the hero's army. That's really good. Damn. Leadership, melee attack, melee defense. So +1 to every stat. Okay, sure. Let's just get that. And he gets Swarm of Flies, Evasion, and Slime Trail. And this one gives us research rate and Devastating Flanker for the whole army? Okay. Yeah? Dude, Piccolo. Okay, that was worth every coin we spent on him. All right, so we got Piccolo in the army. We are going to be an absolute menace now. I'm going to need to do another hireling contract to get another wizard for that other force. Shield of Thorns is cute. Let's see, regrowth. Okay, so Borgio can go this way, and he's just going to kind of get some better quality units. But we have 2 of the Braganza's besiegers now. I don't think there's anything they have that could threaten me, so I think hard marching is probably fine. In this army, we can get some more gremlins and greats. The walls at El Haik are going to be pretty good. I don't think we need to worry about anything here. Lucchini, we want to get the Acropolis soon. So we're just going to upgrade a financial building, and then we'll get the Acropolis. You're going to come down here, and you will come down here too. And let's pass the turn. Dude, guys, how hyped are you? Piccolo has risen. Look at this thing. Oh, it's so glorious. Can he have gear? Can we get... I don't think he can have gear. No. Oh my god, it's the best thing ever. It's the coolest thing in all of Total War Warhammer is Piccolo. Whoever came up with that, I don't know if it's part of the lore, but it might actually be an official piece of like old Hammer lore. It really does reek of like old Games Workshop lore, you know? Like one of those like weird like White Dwarf entries with like Piccolo or something. All right, so we continue the conquest of Bretonnia, or Repance. We have Piccolo, and then it's going to be Corn, because Corn is kind of killing everything. You know, Borgio is getting better. He's got his Braganza's Besiegers. He's got those cool detachment units that like pop in during the battle. It's very fun. And we are going to go move here.
By the comet. Yes, Graf.
Are we in the enemy region yet? No, we're in the Southern Realms. Here we are. So let's set up our camp here. So we're going to do this. Okay, we're going to deploy the camp.
So?
Camp is a little bit on the weaker side. Might get attacked there. These guys are just friggin' so persistent, man. We can get the Accursed Company, and we can get the Volan's Venators to get a bit of a better force. And then you are going to come and join this army here. So we have the mercenary guy now. Dude, look how cool they freaking look, man. It's awesome sauce. We need to get another Harry Potter for this guy. I think the Panther City is actually a siege, but I don't know if we have siege attack or anything. We might need to actually siege it proper.
Yes, my lord.
Which would be probably just an auto resolve, to be honest.
What does the I will marshal
Yep, easy auto. This army's okay. We got all the veterans in that army from Borgio's army, so it's not a joke. Okay, and then let's go ahead and get the battle trajectories.
I refuse.
We want to do ancillaries on you because we haven't done that yet. Ferryman is being used. Militiamen. Yeah, we're recruiting. Scarecrow banner, we could just salvage that one. I think that's just flying units being afraid. And everyone else, I think, is more or less applied. Now, magic items. We can craft him an enchanted item once we get a little bit of money. But we're in that wartime economy right now, guys. We're not too loaded up financially, but we do have the... Dude, look, so cool. The roster is so fun. Yeah, and our camp is going to let us recruit some horsemen also at the Lashiat camp. We can recruit some horsemen. So Borgio can just do that right now, actually. Just grab like a light scout unit in the camp. Pretty good utility on that, guys. And let's continue on our merry way. All right, Lucrezia is here, and she's offering me a defensive alliance. So let's counter-offer this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Military alliance. Yeah, she doesn't want it yet, so we're good. She'll get there eventually. That'll be nice to complete the Southern Realms there. All right, so what do we got? We have our glorious camp, which is leveling up. So let's get our camp sauced out a little bit. I always neglect it. We can do horde growth, and this one is casualty replenishment. Let's take the horde growth there. Outstanding.
How should we proceed?
So Lashiak will fall. It looks like there is an army over here. So we might want to get a full stack with you before we advance. We do have the Marksman of Mirigliano, which we'll probably save for our main army. So this guy's just going to get a bunch of militia, because I think the veteran spearmen can kind of carry. And we're going to take Lashiak. You're going to come down here and join this army. And we need to get him a wizard. We will eventually. Okay, Deep Watch? Wait, we didn't finish Deep Watch yet. So Piccolo must have qualified. Maybe it was just delayed earlier when I missed it and I needed to wait a turn. It probably was what it was. So we could have had Piccolo a little bit sooner, but it's all good in the neighborhood. So we are going to advance on this city. We're going to karate chop it. Yes. Took a little bit more damage than we would have liked, but certainly not worth fighting. We're going to occupy this. It has a nice little pottery barn there. Forbidden Rod, and who could use the Forbidden Rod? I don't know. We'll see.
Direct me.
Level ups, Jade Wizard. Boost income is all right. Shield, Flesh to Stone is a fun spell, but really we have all the magic we want. Yeah, we have all the magic we want. So we could just have them like boost income or something. These spells aren't terribly useful. Or wound, like, yeah, boost income will be fine. We got our mercenary captain. He's a little bit lackluster on gear, but he can replenish the troops. And I think that this is a good spot to set it off. Now, I promise you guys, in the next episode, I will do a fight with Piccolo. We are going to have a fight with the Bretonnians, and you will see this glorious hog going full ham on my opponent's face.
Yes.
Ugo is going to be setting up in the hills, and let's take a bit of an inventory of things. Corn is pretty damn strong. They got 14 freaking settlements, so probably once we settle here and finish off the Bretonnians, we take the Wizard's Cala Palace, the Great Desert of Araby we don't care about, but we are going to secure this realm. We're going to be pretty sauced. We're going to be at 15 of 30 on our victory condition. And yeah, we're getting all these cool buildings and stuff. We got the Southern Realms looking nice. I mean, it's just it's a beautiful place, man. It's a beautiful place. All right, again, if you guys enjoyed this campaign or are enjoying it, it's not over yet, obviously, but if you're enjoying it and you're excited, make sure to drop a like for Piccolo. You see his face? He is going to be disappointed in you. if you don't. All right, guys. See you next time. GG's. And that is going to be it for today's episode.